in a minute, you're going to see an interview with Anthony Foster and myself. Anthony is going to be one of the co-chairs for the Joy auction that's happening on February 26th. I definitely wanted you to get to know him a little bit before the auction and give you one last commercial to say, if you haven't signed up for the auction yet, what are you doing? It's going to be the best party in town. So please consider doing that. I also just wanted to do a little introduction to say I had some technical difficulties, and for some reason it only recorded Anthony's face and not the interaction that we had. Therefore, you won't see me in the interview, which is fine because it's much better to see Anthony than myself, but I just wanted to say, as the kids know these days, technology eludes us often. So sorry about that, but still, please enjoy this episode of Getting to Know You. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Getting to Know You. This week, I'm excited about our guests because this man and I are venturing into an exciting thing this weekend. We have been enlisted to be the auctioneers of the St. Sebastian's auction, in which neither of us have any experience doing that.
Right. First time for everything, man.
The guest is Anthony Foster. You might know him. He's a new local celebrity in the Milwaukee area. DJ on 88.9, also all around awesome person and school dad and all that stuff. So Anthony, how you doing?
I'm doing great, John. Great. Thanks for allowing me to do this, man. I'm really looking forward to it. How you doing?
Thank you for asking. I'm doing really well. Thank you.
Sure.
You're someone I've wanted to interview for a long time because you and I have been good friends for a while.
Yes.
Because our daughters have been growing up together. That being said, I think you are such an awesome, unique voice in this community because you have this awesome optimism about you and fun style. You've been basketball coach to my daughter, and you and I have done a lot of social events and stuff.
Yeah.
I also know that you didn't grow up Catholic, and it's interesting. It's cool to get to know the perspective of people that are part of our community that kind of haven't always been a part of this faith experience. And I was wanting to pick your brain a little bit about that too. So we'll get into that.
Yeah,
in a little bit.
Absolutely. Sounds good.
Awesome. So my first question for you is, tell me, if anyone doesn't know you, tell us about who Anthony is.
Well, wow. I'm born and raised in Milwaukee. Like you said, we've been friends for a while, and our kids go to school together. St. Sebastian, just like 8th graders this year, so
crazy.
Awesome. But yeah, I mean, I was born and raised here. I lived here pretty much my entire life, with the exception of a couple of years when I was way younger.
Where'd you graduate from? Where'd you go to high school?
Milwaukee Tech. Well, it's Bradley Tech now. When I went, it was Milwaukee Tech. to show you how old I am. But yeah, I graduated in 1991, a long time ago, from Milwaukee Tech, and from there I moved to Madison. I was going to school out there. I was there for a few years in the early 90s. And eventually came back and been here ever since 96. But, I was going from 93 to 96. I've been back. I've, done all kind of things professionally. I was a chef for a while there, done graphic design. I'm a realtor now. So, I'm still trying to find my way here. Never stop learning, I guess is the best way to put it.
Also a DJ. Yeah,
DJ too. I've been working with 88.9 for a while now, and I got a show on Saturdays, 6 to 9 a.m. Check it out if you up. But yeah, I mean, I'm just I like to consider myself an all around Milwaukeean. I've been here. I literally lived on every side of town. I got friends from all over the city. From you, of course. You know what I mean? They're just a super diverse array of people, and I mean that's always been something that I've been since I was a kid. Diversity. My parents, my family has always taught me to, accept people and, try to do good and just be a good person. And, I'm still trying to do it,
I think you do that well. And I would say you're a unifier too. I mean, I was observing, I think at the girls' basketball game the other day, like every person you came in contact with You gave them a hug. We're in the middle of a pandemic still, but you gave everybody a hug.
Hey, this pandemic ain't gonna slow down the hugs, man. I mean, you know, some things we just gotta hold on to. But
So
yeah,
you're
man, I mean,
yeah, you're definitely kind, but I think you're a unifier too. You have a way of bringing people together. So I want to.
thanks,
Yeah,
you,
no,
man. I appreciate that.
I always think.
I mean, it's not a conscious thing. It's just, you know, I mean, I genuinely, I think I just lead with love and you know, just cool kindness to people. I mean, I feel like that's what worked for me, and that's what I try to put out there. And regardless of other people's things, I'm always going to be myself and just try to bring some positive energy to it for the most part. You know, I mean, if the basketball game was a little crazy, you might hear a little negative energy. That's just me and you, but you know, but no, seriously, like, you know, that's the thing that I was raised that way. You know, it's not something that I consciously, you know, try to do. It's just DNA, I guess.
Yeah, I love that about you. I love that about you.
Thank you,
and I also think you're kind of a renaissance man. I mean, like all of the different, like from cooking to real estate to radio. I mean, we didn't even talk about your music that you.
I've done that too. Yes.
Your own music, DJ A Biz and all that. Mm-hmm. I will say my favorite Brussels sprouts I've ever had in the universe you made.
Yes. Thank you, man. I hear that a lot. And I can't say I stole the recipe. I just kind of took something that I knew from the past and kind of added my own spin to it. But I mean, and Brussels sprouts is not the top of the list of people's, you know, choices when they go out, when they want to eat. But thanks, man. You know, it's a beautiful dish.
Saying, man. You made Brussels sprouts delicious.
Thank you, man. That's for Sandy D'Amato. A lot of people might know Chef Sandy D'Amato from Milwaukee. I got that from him, so I can't take full credit for it. But thank you, man.
That's okay. I'm going to give you credit because I still think about those Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, hey, I will. Hey, now I know what we're gonna make next time we hang out. You know.
Hey, just for fun, talk about. I know you're not doing a lot of it right now, but talk about like your music. I know you've done shows around the area and even Summerfest, and talk a little bit about that.
A lot of. I mean, when I was 18 or 19, I started rapping. You know, I was young. This was the 90s, so it was like a whole different thing than it is now. You know, I mean, we did all kind of stuff. I was in a group for a couple of years. We probably did 4 songs and maybe 5 shows. That was like our entire arc of our career, you know. But from there, I stayed. You know, I always loved music. I always loved being around it. I mean, that's why I'm at 88.9 now. I mean, I've always been a huge music fan. My family, you know, instilled that in me as well. And so yeah, I was doing music. I used to rap. I used to DJ, make music, you know. So all of the different places that had music on the level that I was at, we, you know, did shows at Company Brewing, Cactus Club, all these different places, you know, smaller venues throughout the city. And I mean, I always did it. I mean, I could still do it right now, but you know, once the kids came into it, and so it's like, but it's that kind of thing. Like it's always with you, but not necessarily something that I'm going to go out and pursue. I mean, I'm almost 50 years old. I mean, I don't know if anybody really want to hear me rap. They didn't want to hear me rapping then. So
did you see the Super Bowl, the age of the median age of the Super Bowl?
Yes. That was very inspirational. And I think it showed people of our age and the young people that, you know, it's a timeless thing. It's an ageless thing. You know, It's not a, you can be 70, 60 years old and still rap at the Super Bowl. Like that was very inspirational, especially for our generation. You know,
it was super.
The kids was like, "Who are these old people rapping?" They knew Snoop Dogg, and that was it. You know, but I enjoyed it. I did
too. It was super fun. Talk a little bit about 88.9, like what you do, how do you get into it? Because that's such a fun Milwaukee experience.
Yeah, it's totally awesome. So I'm one of the many on-air personalities, and the show that I do is on Saturday mornings from 6 to 9 a.m. It sounds early, but I've come to find that a lot of people in our age group are up that time and enjoy it. So it's like, that's enough for me, you know, so.
Yeah, great.
But a good friend of mine, Jordan Lee, he was the station director, and he had reached out to me and told me about some opportunities they had. And he was like, I thought about you, and, you know, I went through the audition process and did a couple interviews, did a little, you know, some practice recordings, and they were like, come on aboard. And I've been there since August of 2021. It's a great organization. I've always been a fan. I mean, it's a nonprofit public radio, so
Great. Yeah.
it's a one of a kind in Milwaukee. But yeah, I mean, it's fun. I tell people all the time, it's something I would do for free. Don't tell them that, but this is something I would do for free. You know what I mean?
Don't worry, no one's gonna watch this. No one's gonna watch this interview, so you're
right. Yeah, you never know. You never know, man. But I mean, it's a great opportunity. It's a great organization. The people are, I mean, everybody is committed to Milwaukee and the growth of Milwaukee and the state is, the rest of the state as well. So
tell me about the first time you did that. How was it? Was it nerve-wracking? Was it energizing? How'd you feel?
It was
knowing that your voice was going to be out there for the whole country to hear.
It was both of those. It was nerve-wracking for sure, but not in a worry like I can't do it kind of way. Just like how is this gonna, how is it gonna sound? And like full circle. Like, I mean, I knew that I can talk. Obviously, I know I can talk about music. It's no issue. But to hear it in the radio and hear it come out of the radio and hear different people's responses to it was kind of what I was wondering how that was going to go. But it's been great, man. I mean, I was a little nervous. I mean, but I had a little bit of time, like to practice, I guess is the best way to put it before. So, I mean, I was definitely nervous. I mean, and it's super early in the morning. So it's like, if it is a little off, it's not, it's not like it's 5 p.m. on a Friday. So, but yeah, I mean, now, in hindsight, looking back to my first shows back in August to where I am now, it's like, I don't want to say night and day, but I'm definitely a lot more, I'm more of myself,
Yeah, that's true. I've also heard feedback where people say, man, he is like smooth. He is good at this. He's confident. So you've gotten really good reviews, at least from our small circle.
Yeah, and that's what it's about, man. I mean, it's not a huge, we don't play like the top pop hits or anything like that. It's really eclectic, which is kind of like my taste in music. So,
yeah.
So, I mean, if the feedback from the people that I know is good, I know that's kind of extends out further to the people I don't know.
Yeah.
And I mean, I haven't heard anything like, anything negative yet. So I must be, it must be going good,
No, we're shielding you from all the haters.
Yeah. I'm turn off my social media, so I can't even hear it anyway, But
just real quick, you want to give us talk about your family a little bit?
Yes. Like you mentioned earlier, I have 2 daughters at St. Sebastian. Olive is in 8th grade, and she's going to be going to DSHA next year with your daughter.
Woo-hoo.
And my youngest daughter, Ruby, is in 4th they great kids. They love Sebs. Olive is going to be leaving Sebs, so this will be our first time with a child not at Sebs, since they started school. So, So I mean, it's an emotional thing, and we kind of excited about it. But Ruby's going into 5th grade. Well, she's in 4th grade now. She's going into 5th grade. Just started basketball, so it's like, they growing and evolving, and all of the baby stuff is gone now. It's like, we constantly running around and trying to, do their things, which is exactly what we wanted. So my partner Jennifer she's involved in the school heavily, home and school.
Yeah.
She's the rock of the family, kind of keep the straw that stirs the drink, if you will.
I agree with that. She is.
Yeah, man. Yes. Yes. And I mean, I love her. And we work well together. As far as educating our kids and being involved in the community, we balance each other out well. And I appreciate and love my family. I mean, that's really. That's what it's all about. That's my number one thing,
I said once I had kids, like time just started going warp speed. Like it's moving and and we just do the best we can to be parents and it's great. It's great, but it's not slowing down. That's for sure.
It's not, man. And one thing that I always try to do is step back and just look at the accomplishments that we had, especially like on birthdays, like holidays, reflective times and you know, I mean, I remember when we first found out we were having Olive, compared to where we are now. Like they let us leave with this kid, and now, you know, now she's going into high school and her sister's doing well. And it's like, you know, we're not the first parents in the world, but everybody gets that opportunity, and you hope it turns out good. So
yeah,
so far so good, man. I mean,
whenever Lisa and I were, you know, had Maria, and we were like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that we're doing, you know, we're gonna screw this kid up or whatever.
Yeah.
It dawned on me. I was like, there's a lot dumber people that have been parents. And
yes. We know some. We know some.
Something. Yeah,
we've seen some over the years.
Like, now they're heading to high school, which is nuts. So
yeah.
I want to transition a little bit to talking about faith. So the kind of the second phase of the interview is, you know, tell me about faith, but also tell me about your involvement in the parish and the school. So I guess I'll leave that open-ended to say whatever you want to say about it at first.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my situation is maybe not different from a ton of other people, but I didn't grow up in the church at all.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I mean, up until, you know, I had kids, I probably went to church for funerals and weddings. That was like the extent of it. And I had faith. You know, I've always been a spiritual person. You know, and at different times in my life. You know, I mean, I never saw, you know, I didn't go on sabbaticals or go to India or nothing, but I always, you know, explored different types of faith. You know, I mean, I read about Rastafarianism when I was younger, you know, everything, you know, Judaism, Buddhism, I've always been fascinated with it, but, you know, I wasn't raised with it. So, I mean, I've been it's always been an individual search for me, but.
That's good. You know, one thing I talk about a lot with my Marquette students is this kind of the relationship between spirituality and religion. We tend to put those two things together, but they're very different. You know, we all have this spirit, we all have passion, we all have like something that drives us. That's our spirituality. Our religion is kind of the organized part around it. Not everybody grows up with an opportunity to have that, you know, so.
Right. And I mean, in hindsight, I mean, I really wish I would have had, you know, I mean, I did do my diligence in my own right, but you know, my family just wasn't you know, we just didn't go to church that often. But as I got older, and then when I met Jennifer is very Catholic, you know, so over time I would go to different events with her family and baptisms and things I'd never been to, and I was like, wow, I really I respect this, I understand this. Yeah. And as you know, once we had kids, they were baptized. I mean, I never was the type to ever try to impede anybody else's faith. I respected Jennifer's faith to the fullest. You know, and I could see what kind of person it made her into. I'm like, okay, well then it must be all right, you know. So I mean, just like
the evidence that of someone's life, you can say, whoa, what influence that is. There's got to be something important there, right?
Right. And I always felt, you know, that it was a higher power out there. I just couldn't put my finger on it for me specifically. But you know, as I was saying, we, you know, just over time, I mean, the community at St. Sebastian, I mean, I was more into the school part, but of course we become members of the church, and we go to all of the Father Peter Patrick and then Father Larry before him. It's like, these people are so influential and believable. You know, I mean, I just respected them.
They have integrity, right?
Pardon me?
They have integrity.
Yes. Perfect. Yes, exactly. And the love, you know, I'm all about love and energy and positivity. And that was exactly what I got. You know, we go to the spring concerts, the Christmas concerts, and then all of us serving in church and you know, it started, you know, and I always connected it, you know, I always was willing to learn and connect with situations. Yeah. So I mean, you know, we've done tons of things with the school and the church and the parish is, you know, I mean, it's such a family thing. And I mean, I think that's what we all appreciate about it, is just a great extended family, you know?
Yeah. Thank you for saying all that. One of the reasons I was wanting to interview you is because I'm going to guess that story that you weren't raised in faith is a little bit of a surprise to some people, because you are so present in school. You know, you do see you at school masses or Christmas concerts, and people have seen you volunteering and doing all sorts of things. And I guess what I want to take away from that is that like our community is full of all sorts of different people of different faith backgrounds that that are integrated, that find love here, that want to be a part of this Subs family, that you know, aren't necessarily all cut from the same cookie cutter.
Yes, and I mean that's definitely true. And I mean just some of the people I met from Sebs. I mean, 70-year-old, excuse me, 70-year-old guys, you know, Father Peter Patrick is from, you know what I mean? To be, and another thing that really kind of solidified a lot. I mean, and I was already, you know, 10 toes into Sebs, but being at church and seeing an African priest. Yeah. You know what I mean? It was like, I don't know if that's happening anywhere in the city with that type of diversity, from an African priest speaking to a audience that's really diverse. I mean, that's really sold me. And I mean, Father Peter Patrick is like my spiritual advisor, even though he hasn't advised me or even knows it. But to me, he's you know what I mean? He's a role model to me. And that, I think that's important to see. And even more important is for the audience, to the people, the diverse people in the audience, to get that message from Father Peter, a gentleman like Father Peter Patrick.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just really inspirational for me and my kid and my family as well. You know.
Well said. And I think you're a little bit of kindred spirits in the sense that, you know, the auction that we're about to embark on is entitled Joy after Peter Patrick, and so much of what you are is about love and joy also. So I get why you connect with him, because you guys have this core value there, I think. But let's talk about the auction for a second. So another bit of involvement you and I are going to have somehow.
It'll be fun. It's going to be fun, man. I'm super excited that we'll be able to. I mean, a lot of people I'm sure are, but just the fact that we'll be able to come together and commiserate and be in the same room and not, you know, and feel some joy. That's literally what we need right now, is some joy. So it's appropriately titled, you know.
Absolutely. You and I are actually recording this on the ice day when the city shut down. So we're craving being together.
Right. Yes, I mean, we literally all in the same boat with this, you know. So,
but I sometimes I was wondering, like, why did they the auctioneers asked you and I to be the auctioneers? And I thought, you know, a little bit of me in the back of my mind was like, why were they asking us to do this? And I think that I think we know how to have fun together. And
yes, yeah, man, and I'm sure a lot of the people that ask know that as well. You know what I mean? It's like, these guys will have fun, and that's another thing. Like, you know, to be a parent and to have kids there, and the way the other parents in our age group, 4th through 8th grade, all of us, it's like it's some good chemistry there. You know, I can honestly say I haven't felt any negative, you know, anything that would, you know, like, oh my God, no, you know, none of that. It's all positive, because we all got a commonality with being connected to Sebs and our kids growing up together. I mean, it could totally be the opposite, and I cherish that, you know.
You know, it is, and probably not a lot of people know this, but we affectionately refer to our group of parenting as the Village.
Yeah.
We've been calling ourselves that for 8 or 10 years, meaning that we are helping to raise. It's a collective of all of us raising our kids together. So that's family. That's church to me. That's church to me.
I agree, and always, I totally agree with that. I mean, it's something that just naturally came to all of us just from our connection. It's not like we, you know, it wasn't any
no.
You know what I mean? It was just natural. It's a natural thing, and we all sincerely care about each other and each other's kids, and they're gonna be together forever. I mean, forever. A lot of them are going to high school together, and I mean, I'm sure there'll be a connection there for you know, as long as we're here. You know.
Absolutely. It's great. It's great. I was just thinking about the auction. I'm like, oh.
Yes, man. And ironically, it was like 2 years ago around this time when everything shut down, and now here we are coming together for the cause of raising money for the school and the parish So, you know what I mean? This is speaking of unifying. This is the type of moment that I think
Right.
all of us need. You know,
Right.
the kids, even though the kids won't be there, but like the parents need. We kind of need this. You know, and it's obviously a great cause. So
Yeah. So one last invitation. If you're not signed up to go to the Joy auction Saturday night, February 26th, please make sure that you sign up. We have so much good stuff
cool,
for
very cool
auction.
stuff.
And we also have a virtual option. So, and Anthony and I are going to be doing some virtual content for people that are staying home. So, if it's you're just not quite ready yet, we're going to be interviewing some people about their perspective of joy and just doing some fun stuff. So.
Yes. And I mean, this might be a few hidden surprises in there as well. It's going to be an epic return to live events at Seb's, I guess.
You heard it here first, folks. Epic.
Yes.
Anthony, this has been such a joy. My last question for you is when you think about the future, and I know this kind of talk is going to come very natural for you, but what do you hope for when you think about the future?
Wow. I mean, I mean, I guess, I mean, just the first thing that popped in my head is that our children and our, children's children, but the generation after us can take the things that we did right or wrong and improve on them. Because I see something in this younger generation, at least, not, like our kids' age. I see something in them that they want more and they actually have access to more. And they know what they want at this age. I mean, I was in my 30s and still trying different things. A lot of this generation, they kind of know what they want. And I hope that they can get to it and not have some of the things impede them that might have impeded us. Like they seem a lot more fearless and a lot more, assertive. I hope that pans out for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I hope that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping they can turn this technology and all of this information that they have into something good for them.
And maybe just having it, like emboldening them with the courage to be who they are called to be.
Yes, totally. And fearless. They just seem, it's just a fearlessness there that I love. And I feel like it could totally work for them. And I'm hoping that they could turn that fearlessness into love for themselves,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the future is bright.
Yes, I think so. I think I think the generations after us are a lot more resilient and have access to a lot more things to, like their mental health and things like that. There's a lot of things that our generation wasn't allowed to talk about or just didn't realize. I feel like these kids are on a fast track to get there a lot faster. And the future is great for them. I mean, all of our kids know where they want to go to college and know where they want to go to high school and kind of have an idea of what they want to do with their lives. And the path, they already carving out the path. So it's like 20 years from now, we're going to look back and be like, wow, our kids said they were going to do this when they were 10 years old and they're doing it, So that's really my hope for the future is that the youth can get exactly what they deserve as opposed to what's, not, as opposed to getting scraps, I guess.
Well, it is a hopeful perspective, and it sounds kind of common, but it's not. I don't think it is everyone's perspective. I think a lot of people are pessimistic about the future or the next generation or the opportunity.
Yeah, pessimistic just about daily life and a lot in the mind. Your mind can definitely, you can definitely fall into a trap of negativity, just like you can fall into a trap of positivity, So
well said, right?
Yeah. Yes, man. Thank you.
A lot of it's about mindset, right? Like let's choose right. Let's choose love.
Yeah. Totally. And that's a great word. That's a great word. That I hear a lot is what's your mindset? What's people's mindset? And and comparing it to, when I was a young guy, I know, people didn't care about your mindset or we didn't realize what our mindset was or what we can the power of the mind is huge for the youth right now, and I think they can really take that to the next level.
Yes, well said, and a perfect note to end on. So thank you so much. Hey, I'm going to put you on the spot. I just thought of this. Thank you for doing this. It was a blast,
of course.
Looking forward to doing the auction with you. I was thinking maybe just for a sign off, you could give us like a little 88.9 Anthony Foster sign off.
Wow. This is and usually when I do this, I'm not on camera. Let me think. This is John. This is my man John Metz and young Anthony Foster signing off here from getting to know you on METZ radio.
That was unfair. I put you on the spot.
That's part of it. I got to be ready for those type of things.
Yeah, you got to get ready.
I apologize if that was subpar, but
no, it was fantastic. Anthony, blessings on your journey, buddy.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. I appreciate you, man.